tomorrow here I am going over the next packet page. So the first set of directions said to divide the numbers and circle the odd quotient. So I already did our division here. So basically, again, when we're talking about division, it's just multiplication backwards. So if you know your multiplication table, then you can do division. So 35 divided by 5. So what you would basically do is you would count your multiples of 5, see how many it takes you to get to 35. So 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35. That was 7 multiples of 5. So 35 divided by 5 equals 7. Let's do one here, more here. 48 divided by 8, so I would count by 8. So 8, 16, 24, 32, 40, 48. That was 6 multiples of 8, so 48 divided by 8 equals 6. So 28 divided by 7 equals 4. 64 divided by 8 equals 8. 72 divided by 9 equals 8. 84 divided by 12 equals 7. 18 divided by 6 equals 2. 40 divided by 4 equals 10. And 27 divided by 3 equals 9. So the second set of directions says to circle the odd quotients. I'm not going to put the numbers up here this time. I want to see if we can remember them. So odd numbers are, take a second, think about it. The odd numbers are 1, 3, 5, 7, and 9. So again, if the number is a 1, 3, 5, 7, or 9, or ends with a 1, 3, 5, 7, or 9, then it is odd. So this is a 7. That is odd. Let me make that a tiny bit smaller here. Scooch it over. This is a 6. That is even. 4 is even. 8 is even. 8 is even. 7 is odd. Circle that one. 2 is even. 10 is even. It ends with a 0. And 9 is odd. Alright, so we're kind of going to do what we did last time when we had clocks. I'm not going to attempt to draw the lines because it's just very difficult with this pen on the computer, but I will talk to you about it and I will tell you where you should draw your lines. So draw each time on the clocks below. So 7:05, just a reminder, when we are talking about our minutes on the clock, we start from the 12, which would be the 00, and we count by 5s. And first, let's do our hours. So hours on the clock would be our smaller hand. This would be pointing to the 7. This is 7:05, which means it just turned 7. So it would be very close to the 7. And 05, if we're counting by 5, starting from the 12, that would be 05. So the big hand would be pointing to the 1. So again, the smaller hand would be pointing to the 7. And the larger hand, the minute hand, would be pointing to the 1 for 05. Let's move on to this one, 3:17. Let's do the hour first, which is the smaller hand. So the smaller hand would be pointing a little bit after the 3. 3:17 is not quite close to 4 yet, so it'd still be closer to the 3. And 17, if we're counting by 5s, 5, 10, 15, 20. So 3 is 15, the 4 is 20. It's going to be right in the middle there. So again, the smaller hand, the hour hand, will be a little bit, tiny bit past the 3. And the minute hand, which is the bigger hand, will be also a little bit past the 3. 6:49, our small hand or hour hand, will be between the 6 and the 7, but pretty close to the 7 because 6:49 means it's only 11 more minutes until 7. So it'll be pretty close to 7 there. And 49 if we're counting by 5, so 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50. So we know it's going to be between the 45 and the 50, and 49 is almost 50, so it'll be almost at that 10 there. So the smaller hand will be between the 6 and the 7, closer to the 7, and the bigger hand will be almost at the 10. And last one of these, 9:33. So it will be between the 9 and the 10, because 9:33 is right in between that 9 and that 10 o'clock hour. So your smaller hand will be between the 9 and the 10. And 33, so let's count by 5s, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35. So your larger hand will be between the 30 and the 35, so it'll be right in the middle there, between your 6 and your 7. So your smaller hand will be between your 9 and your 10, and your larger hand will be between your 6 and your 7. All right, let's look at these time word problems here. Every day I get to go swimming at 10:30. I am done swimming at 12:45. How long do I get to swim for? So we're going to compare our hours and then our minutes. So from 10 to 12, if we're counting on, so that would be 11, 12, that's 2 hours from 10 to 12. And from 30 to 45 minutes is 15 minutes. Let's count. So 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45. If you did that on your fingers, you can see that that was 15 minutes. So 2 hours and 15 minutes is how long that she was able to swim for. Again, from 10 to 12 is our 2 hours, and from 30 to 45 is our 15 minutes. And last one here. My sister has swim practice for 3.5 hours each day. If she starts swimming at 9:15 a.m., what time does she get done swimming? So first, let's think about the hours. So she starts at 9:15, so 9 would be the hour, and she practices for 3.5 hours each day. So we need to take the 9 and add 3, so that will be 12, and then a half hour. So this would be our minutes. Now, in order to know what to add here, you need to know that a half hour, let me get my pen out here. A half hour is equal to 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. So if you go halfway around the clock, you went 30 minutes. So a half hour is equal to 30 minutes. So we need to add 30 to 15. So if we do that, that would bring us to 45. So 15 plus 30, which is a half hour, 30 minutes, would be 45. So that would be 12:45. I knew it was going to do that. 12:45. And it was a.m. when she started, but once it hits noon, so 12 o'clock in the afternoon, it is p.m. So it would be 12:45 p.m. when she stopped. p.m., not p.m. All right, that is it for this video. I will post the next one soon. Thank you.